Hi, everybody. It's May 18th, 2025. Uh, I can say that my life has been interesting. And part of that reason is because what I found is that when you have figured out what you need in life and it is pretty certain and clear to you, it's a very anticlimactic sensation that comes over you once you come to know what you need in your life, what you need to free yourself from whatever current challenges you are facing. And this is because the nature of our spirits, of ourselves in this world, is you can't figure out what you need in your life to attain that level of contentment. You may, for example, let's say at the moment you feel that you need a family. You maybe you're in your 30s and you have friends and you have a job and everything's pretty much stable, but you think that you need a family. And so you figure that out because you, for one, it will fulfill your intimacy needs. It will fulfill your posterity needs by having children and having a family name under you or associated with you. And socially, of course, because you have a unit that is attached to you. So all these things that come along with the family, that is what you feel will complete you or what you need in life at that moment. And so once you come to that realization, it feels like no matter how grand that may be, sometimes you feel like you might need something else adjacent to that. And you wonder, like, having a family is such a great experience and such a great milestone in a life. How come you need more? So that's the kind of clue that I get from life, that you can't figure out what you need in life. Your path needs to be of an order of openness, an order of respectful ignorance, because you can't predict exactly how what constitutes you is going to react to the stimulus of your life. I've lived in a great house with my family. We had love. We had everything that we could physically and emotionally need. But at that same time, I went through some of the most challenging and dark periods of my life. And that kind of made it worse because I couldn't comprehend, like, if I have all this, even a family that that is concerned about me, that wants to see me feel happier. I live in a great house and we have these cars that are current and cool and gratifying to drive, and we live in a nice neighborhood. We always have food to eat. How come I'm feeling this dark? So that was a clue to me that denoted that figuring out your life is futile in an attempt to escape from your anguish. And you might ask, like, what do you need? Could we ever figure out what we need? And in a sense, yes, you could figure out what you need, but I don't think you could ever put it into words or put it into a concept that you could hold confidently or competently in your mind, in your understanding. And so that's when God, the Father, the Son, Holy Spirit comes in. It's living a life of surrender. Living a life of surrender to the greatness of feeling peace for those few sporadic moments that they come. A gratefulness for making it out of suffering and into intelligence and wisdom. A gratefulness of floating on without seeing what's down the road and having confidence that you will be all right, that you can face anything, that you can thrive in any situation as long as you keep your spiritual eye on the light of the Father and the Son and the Holy Spirit. So figuring out your life is anticlimactic. Just to wrap this up, figuring out your life is anticlimactic because it can't be done in a literal or linear sense. It is a surrender to being in God's hands, and that is a great place to be. It is not a place of disgrace, or a place of inferiority. In fact, it's a place of superiority. It's not, and it's you. Some people discredit bowing down to God, but bowing down to God is the most powerful you can be. And I'm sorry to say, that's where you get true confidence from. And for some people, that's hard to comprehend. But I hope this helps. Thanks.